Moving on, one other stock that is in focus on the back of securing a Malabar Hill redevelopment project is Puravankara. Let's pull up that counter on the screens. 0.6% higher. My colleague Anushi is with us to tell us more. Anushi, a redevelopment project for Puravankara, how material it is and what is the outlook looking like going ahead?
Well, it's interesting development that we're looking for Puravankara. Now, it's the second such redevelopment project that they've secured in South Mumbai region. This being about 2,700 crore of a revenue potential that we're looking at. That's a gross development potential size that we are seeing for this project. And this is what they've secured in Malabar Hill, as you have mentioned. Overall, if we see, now with this addition that we're looking at, the total portfolio size in Mumbai stands at 4.25 million square feet. And this is with a gross development value of 10,500 crore is what we are seeing. But let's also talk about the key operational metrics of Q1 FY26 on that, how that has fared out. If you look at the sales value, that had seen about a 6% of an uptick in the first quarter, while customer collections had seen about a 6% of a downtick, while average realization in line with the industry growth has remained on the higher side at 9% is the kind of growth that we're looking at 8,988 per square feet. But in the regional contribution, what we are looking now is the Mumbai and Pune mix gradually increasing. Now that stands at about 24% and Bengaluru having about 50% of mix or so. The company did mention that, this is the kind of outlook that we'll see in the upcoming quarters as well. Now, in terms of FY26, the planned launch pipeline is of 12.32 million square feet. This includes 9.22 million square feet of fresh launches. Along with that, new phase launches of about 3 million square feet. So this is the kind of picture that we are building for Puravankara, and that's why the stock has been in focus.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Anushi, for that perspective. 2,700 crore being the GDV, and to talk exactly about that and get a little more granular, we have Ashish Puravankara joining us, Managing Director at Puravankara Limited, to talk to us about this project and more. Sir, it's a large launch, right?
Yes.
How many more such launches in the pipeline? Is there a tilt towards the Mumbai geography at this point? Give us that perspective very quickly to start off.
I think with the addition of Malabar Hill, it further strengthens our Mumbai sort of portfolio. Also underscores our growing market share in the society redevelopment story of Mumbai. In total, we've got about 4.25 million square foot of society redevelopments in the Mumbai city, with a GDV of about 10,500 crores. As of last quarter, we have, as an organization, completed about 53 million square foot. We have about 36 million square foot under development with a GDV of 27,000 crores. As mentioned earlier, we also have another 15 million square foot of launches planned across the cities that we are present in over the next 6 to 18 months, which would have a GDV of about 18,000 crores. But Mumbai continues to play a very important role in our growth strategy.
Talk to us about the existing projects. You spoke about the 27,000 crore GDV that you have on existing projects. What's the timeline for completion on some of these?
Typically, you can take about 3 years from now. They're at various stages of construction, so maybe about 3 years from now.
And what about the new projects that are coming in as well? You've got a pipeline of around 18,000 crore worth of projects coming in. So that takes your total complete development value over how many ever? Maybe 5 odd years, I would assume, to 45,000 crore?
No, I think the way one should look at it is that out of the existing 36 million square foot, which has a GDV of about 27,000 crores, opened up for launch is about 18 to 19,000 crores, of which over 50% has been sold. So that leaves you with a balance of about, I think about 8,000 crores of GDV from that portfolio. Additionally, there'll be another launch of about 8,000 of the balance phases and the 10,000 crores. So about, I would imagine somewhere about 35 to 40,000 crores.
Okay, so 35 to 40,000 odd crores is what you're looking at. Ashish, good afternoon. Hiral on this side, speaking to you after really long.
Yes.
Mumbai, Pune is what, 24% in terms of your regional contribution, and taking into consideration the way MMR region has been bazooking with regards to redevelopment. What is your plan? Do you think your contribution to sales from Bombay will increase? Because Bangalore right now is 50%. That's number one. And two, in terms of value as well, because Bombay is an expensive market, how do you see that aiding your P&L?
So basically, I think if you look at over the next 6 to 18 months with the planned launches that we have, specifically all the societies that we've secured, in terms of value contribution, I think Bombay Pune will contribute about anywhere between 45 to 47%. In terms of square footage, yes, that number will be closer to about 20-25%.
Okay. And in terms of realizations, what is the trend looking like in the markets that you operate? Because currently the key concern was when you talk about luxury or little ultra luxury side of it as well, prices are dwindling, sales is dwindling as well. So what is the view that you have?
Markets continue to be resilient. I think a strong brand, a great product, and a good location, we've still not seen any softening of sales. If you look at the CBRE report, I think the Q2 of the calendar year, about 72,000 apartments were launched, and about 66,300 were sold. So that in itself, I think, gives you some sort of a sense in how strong the luxury market. Of course, I think the brand matters, the location matters, the product matters.
Ashish, hi. Mahima also joining in. Recently, in terms of where Karnataka stands, the property registration tax has been doubled. How are you viewing that? What is your first reading there? Will that have an overall, meaningful impact on your sales?
So, most of our customers are end users, and this is a commitment they make with home loans, etc., for 15 to 20 years. Over time, we've seen that small, changes or even, in terms of taxes, etc., there may be a small, short period of sentiment, but the apartment price continues to move up. So I think customers appreciate that, and it should not affect sales in any way.
And with regards to the entire redevelopment phase that's been happening in fact in Mumbai, from a macro perspective, how much of it is already done and how much of it is still there, which further gives you a scope of getting more projects on the redevelopment side? And considering the kind of bubble that's been created in Mumbai real estate, in terms of where the entire selling price is concerned, when do you think this bubble is going to burst, and how long do you think that will be carried forward?
So I think Mumbai as a city continues to need newer projects. Customers are seeking new developments. There's an advantage in society redevelopment where the customer gets a slightly higher area. They get modern amenities. So that continues to be a very strong segment for us. Coming back, I think also locations are very important. So if you see the locations that we've secured, from Malabar Hill to Breach Candy to Pali Hill to Lokhandwala, right? These are marquee locations, even in terms of size and scale. For example, if I talk of Pali Hill, right, it's a very large piece of land. We're able to really put in all the amenities that a discerning customer can think of, and that is our USP. Similarly, even if you look at Malabar Hill, it's a 1.43 acre land. Right. So again, there, the kind of lifestyle amenities that we can provide will be very different from the other projects in that micro market. And that makes all the difference.
Right. The other aspect, Ashish, I want to ask you about is Karnataka. Now, in terms of Karnataka, they've gone ahead and hiked the registration fees as well. And that is one of the key aspects why real estate, which was based out of South India, was under pressure last couple of days. What would, that mean in terms of an impact when you talk about sales, and two, the impact in terms of real estate players as well?
No, so like I mentioned earlier, I think small changes in these taxes, these are all end users. The base cost, which is the main cost, which is your apartment per square foot cost, that if you go back into history only continues to rise year on year, right? So I think customers, take probably 10 to 15 days to understand this aspect and fact, and we haven't seen any change in sales numbers.
Ashish, what's the sense and what's the outlook like when I look at your debt number? Is that at all something which you're looking to control, contain, or are you completely comfortable about it? Do you expect this to inch higher?
So as of Q1, we had in fact reduced our net debt by almost 125 crores. Net debt stands today at 2,800 crores. Today, if you look at the ongoing projects in terms of the surplus cash flows, these are ongoing projects. There's surplus cash flow of over 15,000 crores, which is almost 5x of your debt. In terms of collections, you would see our collections have almost doubled over the last year and a half. So we're now currently we're touching almost 1,000 crores on a quarterly basis. With these new launches, you're going to see monthly, quarterly collections also continue to inch up. So extremely comfortable at this point.
Levels extremely comfortable at this point as well. But thank you, Ashish, so much for joining.